What is happening, Carib Boys and girls? This is your boy, Carib Boy, with another TCG Talks with Carib Boy. And today I have with me Chin, Shakil Sandy, and Shivanan Gobin joining us here on this episode. Insert number here because I really can't remember. I think it's 6. Don't kill me, Carib Nation. Welcome back, guys. How are you doing? Let me check in quick. How are you doing, Shakil?
I cool, man. I cool. Just now came in from yesterday. Everything it was a cool, chill vibes, man.
Nice, man. Shivanan?
Gotta take us slowly after yesterday. Needed some sleep.
For sure, for sure. And we boy Chin.
Real good, real good, real good.
Nice to hear, man, fellas. So, on the agenda here today, real official meeting here. So we in the season World Championships. Pokemon TCG is just about a couple weeks away. We at the end of July. Worlds is in Hawaii. It is on the 16th to 18th of August. So I know we're excited to view that. Our 2025 season, we had a break in June. And the season for the Worlds 2025 started in July. We just wrapped up our July month of events. We had 2 challenges and a cup challenge at each MVE and Victory Road. And MV had their cup for the quarter already yesterday at the time of recording of this video here. And while we're here, we have with us present here on the podcast the winners of both those challenges and cups. Well, one man win 2 challenge and is Mr. Chin right there. Congratulations publicly on the podcast. And Shakil Sandy taking the first cup of the season. Congratulations, gentlemen. And I mean, not taking away, Shivanan right there was battling it out with Shakil for that in that finals of the cup yesterday. So congrats, fellas. Me and Chin was top 8, so I mean, we're here too, right? We're here too. So congrats, guys. Just some brief comments from y'all in the first month of our 2025 season thus far. How do you think the how the meta going? How the community coming out? How are you feeling?
We started with me.
Yeah.
I feel like the community is growing a little bit. I start seeing some old heads. So like I saw Brian, I saw Javed yesterday. I was real happy and think to see Javed and Brian. I haven't seen them in a while. I haven't seen them played in a while. So it's glad for them to jump out. Big up to the 2 of them. Right. Also I realized, well, then again, the cup was also in line with a certain other event that would have thrown out the numbers a little bit too. But all in all, we're seeing more players.
Shivanan?
I was happy to see faces I have not seen. Javed, Jimmy come out. A couple of people who you're not accustomed to seeing on a regular challenge who you might see 1 or twice came out. Some of the older faces went there, the Wade, the Joshua, but I mean, the numbers were still decent, and I hope we could still get a tournament with everybody in it eventually.
And Chin?
Well, first and foremost, I'm glad that, we getting old faces and the new faces coming out too. But I just want all the smoke. So let me keep going.
Yeah, and for me, I think I want to add and piggyback on Shivan comment. I know we have, on average, we have just over about 30 players total. I want to see everybody come out one day, and that will be so lit. I don't mind if it's a challenge, if it's a cup. I don't care what it is. I just want to see everybody present for a day and see what the full community looks like. But I agree, it has been growing. It's really been heartwarming to see. Well, I'm learning because I'm not an old face. I'm learning that Brian was an old player and stuff like that. And he played real formidable. He played in the Raging Bolt and he played Future Hands. And he was a tough opponent. Sometimes you see a new face like me, as like you might think to yourself, I wonder if that man is food, boy. And nah, he wasn't no food. He beat me the first tournament we meet up. And I managed, I had to real play for a win yesterday over Brian, and he's a real cool, respectful guy. I enjoy battling with him. So yeah, it good. And as I say, we missed faces yesterday and we were still a decent number, so that was real good. So before we move on to talking more about World Championships, last time we meet, we were in person and we had present with us at that time some gentlemen. One is here today who were traveling to NAIC. And prior to that, we had Chin travel to, it was Los Angeles?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Right, it was Los Angeles, a regional. So we had local players traveling to try to grab those bigger portions of points to attempt to reach the World Championships. So I just want to hear from you guys. We do have Shamil here with us today, but I want to hear from you guys now the aftermath of going to NAIC, going to Los Angeles. Well, we didn't get to hear from Chin at all. So, Chin, this is your time to share what you all felt, the differences in the globe, we could call it global for NAIC, global community, global competitive community, a foreign community when thinking about Los Angeles. And then, well, Chin, you could answer a question I have. I know in NAIC, it's international competition, so you have definitely people from all over the world. But was that even present in a regional, or if it was just mainly Americans there, right? So, guys, I guess we can start with Chin. Give him the first go. Seeing that how we missed out on him yesterday. So tell us about that.
All right. So, well, first I'd like to thank my uncle Jerome. He's gonna be watching this because he's a real big fan of the channel. He's the one who actually brought me out there and stayed with me, went to the regional thing. So yeah, big up Uncle Jerome. And well, my trip started in Atlanta where I played on various amounts of locals. All right. I think it was like a challenge, a cup, and like they have 3 tournaments on a weekly basis. So like I went to like 6 tournaments. And I would say that the meta over there was very sort of different than how we have it down here. And I think the main reason is because they have so many in-person tournaments that they actually, like, there isn't much tension, or like they don't have, like, they could just play whatever they want. So you would see all kind of thing, like Ringus is like, it's just a bunch of people like Ringus and Butcher who would just play anything, right? And then at Los Angeles, well, it was a great experience. First of all, like, even I was telling people, even if you don't want to go as a player, if you like Pokemon and you know about the TCG, you could just buy the spectator pass because that's how good of an experience it was. Like, you could buy cards, there was a bunch of side events, and well, the main event itself is wonderful, right? And officially I went 4-3-2. However, unofficially, I went 4-1-4. 2 gentlemen agreements went from a tie to a loss. So yeah, that was my run. I saw a bunch of faces like the Azul, Henry, the Australians, the old Australian crew was there, I believe. Chip, Pablo, all of the big faces were there. And yeah. And well, of course, what a coincidence. The same hotel I was staying in, the one, the only, Boo was there. And I was able to get a picture. I know, Shaq. I know, Shaq. Any thoughts, Shaq?
So that's it, Chin. Anything else you want to add? All right. Let's hear about the NAIC run.
NAIC was an experience. I've never sat in a tournament that big before. We are accustomed to a little touching and saying, I'm watching 2000 TCG men alone. Our room was big. And I didn't even counting the VGC, the seniors there, the juniors there. You're walking our hall. It was just tables. Fires you could see. But ultimately, it was an experience. And one of the biggest takeaways I think I get from that whole experience was knowing that we could compete. I take one loss that entire day. Unfortunately, I take way too many draws at the end of the day. I think that the unfortunate circumstance of not playing best of 3 prior. because I don't think in a single one of my game, other than my loss, which ultimately probably would have ended up in a draw anyway if I didn't brick. Every game would have only been able to play 2 and never see a conclusion of a game 3. I don't know if that's whatever reason, but yeah. As for the format up there, is things I don't generally see here. Chin is probably the only other Lost Box player I might meet up in our tournament. But I'll go see 4 up there. That is the biggest thing, right? Is like the meta is totally different. It's not the same things you go see on PTCG ladder, are the same things you're seeing in tournament down here. We go have a tournament and go have five Roy Moon when no Roy Moon game play up there. So that's the unfortunate thing.
Nice, man. Thanks, fellas. So with those runs, I mean, we comment in the chat and I mean amongst ourselves that, and I think Shivanan mentioned it, that we could compete with the world. And I think that is my biggest takeaway, being the observer from home. Understanding and knowing that, hey, and we just always say it. I don't remember who was the first one to say it, but it's so much a way to say it. The only difference between we and them is a plane ticket. And it's very encouraging to know that, hey, we could compete with them, and it's just for we to reach. So I mean, it go happen. You know? More and more men will continue to. I mean, we're saying men, but I mean it have women in the community as well. So more and more people will reach across, and tails will be cut. It's only a matter of time.
It was Renges who started that talk first.
Renges was the initiator of that that mantra, I will call it. Yeah, man. So thanks, fellas. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for the representation. I mean, it was like all of we was there with that chat, boy. All the reporting after every round, you know, it was really nice feeling included in both those runs, Los Angeles and at NAIC. And you feel the difference, even though it was 1 and 2, having a team there, boy. I know, I remember you guys talking about that, and I mean, I just know it will happen sometime. So I want to take a step back here. Not a step back, but the 2025 season has started here in July, but globally we still in the 2024 season because Worlds hasn't happened yet. If we log on to our accounts on Pokemon website, we cannot see the ladder for 2025 as yet. I'm hoping and assuming that when World Championship wraps up, we'll be able to see it and share with each other. But right now we're doing it manually, right? But I want to, now that we wrapped up what is happening with our local competitive scene here and hearing from our guys who have traveled, let us get into the, I guess, the most exciting thing coming up for us, aside from our local scene, the World Championships 2024 in Honolulu, Hawaii. I hope I pronounced that correctly. How are we feeling? I know we have a tier list that we want to deliberate between, but just generally from everybody, how are we feeling about what is our biggest expectation? I don't know. I want to ask one thing right now. So I want to ask Ada, well, Ola could help me out here. Do we want to share who we think going in terms of individual or what deck we think going? I think who is really hard.
That's all right.
I think it might be better to just give a expectation of what deck we think might take it, just loosely. You don't want to be your absolute pick. Yeah, so Chen, what do you think on win World Championships?
I think God of War is gonna win the World Championships. I think God.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Shivanan, what do you think?
Zad.
Zad. All right. I try not to be biased and call a team, but I will second Zad loosely right now. Before the detail list, I'm just gonna second Zad as well. I think Zad might win, even though I am Team Dragon. I am Team Dragon, and I think it's gonna be strong. But just for now, I just go on second Zad. Shakil?
Honestly, I think it'll be Reggie Drago.
Right, well, I kind of in between there, right? So we
I
have,
think that
just a
was the
loose expectation. Sorry?
I think Zad will be the most popular deck. But I
Uh-huh.
think we'll take it.
All right. Well, I mean, I ain't arguing with that at all. So we have a tier list here we want to share with the podcast, and we'll deliberate it and close off after that. So, Chin, take it away. See, you set it up already, boy. Well, that's it. Don't play anything but Snorlax. Don't play anything but Snorlax. So I know we chat before. We say we'll go bottom up. So well, let we do C, and I guess we'll have to do don't play this after because everything there right now. So let me work with but first of all, for any people who might guess, what are these tiers about? Tier S, A, B, and C. What does each tier mean? Is it popularity or is it surety of winning? How can we define the tiers at least? Chen, you want to try defining them?
Yeah, sure. So I think we could say that Tier S has good matchups all around and could win the event. I mean, I don't want to say could win the event because I think any of these decks that's piloted and you have a little bit of luck on the day could win the event. So I think Tier S would have overall good matchups across the spreadsheet. Tier A could be one or two bad matchups, but other than that, has a solid representation among the meta. Tier B, we could say decks that has a good amount of flaws, maybe a little more inconsistent, but could still be up there with the big boys. And then Tier C, we could put sort of a little more inconsistent most of the time.
But could be a wild card.
Yeah, it could be a wild card, yeah.
Right. Okay. I think anybody has some differences or you think that works? I think that works.
I just want to add to that. So like I would say specifically Tier A, if the one or two bad matches, if it have one or two bad matchups, it cannot be the Tier S deck. Because if the bad matchup is the Tier S deck, it wouldn't be Tier A. It'll be Tier C.
Right.
So whatever one or two bad matchups the Tier A decks have cannot be the Tier S.
I agree, yeah. That makes sense, yeah.
All right. So let's look at Tier C first here. What is a good candidate? So that we could probably go in order and see. We've seen Golden Go. Where we think Golden Go would fit? I don't want to call it a C.
I think
it's a C.
I think it's a B.
Let's see. I'll put it at rather top C or bottom B.
I think it's. You can put it in B. We could always shift it on if we feel.
We could drop it in B for now. Arceus Amarouge.
I pin it and see.
I can't comment on that. I don't know about it.
I agree. See.
I
think it could be a wild card, but
I think it was Arceus Overpun Cornerstone.
Yeah.
Max. Yeah. I don't think it's Amarouge.
No, this one is Amarouge. I think the Cornerstone is a whole different deck. I think this is
a whole different deck.
This is like a different deck itself archetype. Yeah.
And that's yes, you don't play.
True.
Actina.
Don't play.
Yeah.
I feel it really slow right now.
Zorak. Don't play.
Zorak.
Don't play.
Don't play. Maybe when Stella Crown come out.
Maybe we might say something.
Yeah.
All you know anything about the Petarant?
I haven't put in personal testing on the deck. It's very consistent in what it does.
Mhm.
But it's a basic stage 2 deck.
These two. Okay.
Yeah, it falls into that bucket of stage 2 that do what they do well, but they're very linear in what they do.
Mhm. We could hold it there for now. What about Dragapult Zatu?
That is the worst version of Pult out of all of them. Put it
So-
in C.
I
See?
agree.
Yeah.
What do you thinking, Shaq?
Yeah. See.
Cool.
All right. Charizard Pidgeot. Is that
Yes.
with
Yes.
Dusclops?
Pick up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It have a
An
Charizard
NS.
Dusclops. It have a Charizard Dusknoir there already.
Oh, is that what Charizard does, no?
Yeah. Look in the
That's not where
Yeah,
we
yeah,
playing.
yeah.
yeah. So that's straight old Charizard Pidgeot.
Yeah, I think this is just straight Charizard, yeah. Straight Charizard Pidgeot. So it consists, well, I won't say
A.
consistent,
But I'm B.
I'll put him B.
but
I think it's A. I think it has good matchups and
Probably
what
low
we
A.
think.
Probably low A.
Yeah.
Yeah, low A, top B.
yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's A right now, in my opinion, in the current
Mhm.
format. So I don't see it dropping out to A.
Let me
Unless
deal with.
something,
I think as we on Charizard, we could deal with the variants.
yeah.
I think we all agree that Charizard Dusknoir could go in S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
in that Charizard Dusknoir, they might be playing Pidgeot as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charizard Lost Zone.
they're just better variants. I throw it in C.
Yeah.
I
Or
agree.
just don't play it. Have better variants. Just don't play that.
Yeah, don't play that either.
Totally.
Don't play that top C because it's better than Dragapult Zatu.
All right. Okay. What about United Wings?
What disadvantages?
Oh god. But you will have we
No.
head for this if we don't play to no player. Bottom of C.
Bottom of C. Bottom of C.
Bottom of
Bottom
C.
of C. Bottom of C, I agree.
I seen Regidrago, but I'm guessing it would include the best version of it because I'm the only one I seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel because we have the playing experience, we kind of loose, and I think that could be S going into the
I
be
think
S.
Regidrago.
I'll put Regidrago in S.
Yeah.
We can put it in S. If not S, high A.
Nah,
I was
S for
thinking,
sure, bro.
okay, so how does Regidrago beat Raging Bolt?
I beat it yesterday with Noivern, but it did the accent Noivern in Shrouded Fable list that I see.
Don't they have they play in Tina instead, right? Tina and Haxorus. So
Yeah. Mhm.
I can't remember what the Haxorus does.
But
Yeah,
in
remember.
theory, Regidrago wants to go first. Bolt does what it has to do, going second. But Regidrago to actually set up, you would need some Ogre pawns there.
Mhm.
Noivern doesn't stop boss. Or was it called Pokemon Catcher? That's the only thing in my testing. That was the only thing that was like a problem. It's like
the only way Noivern work was because I Pennyman only bench and it was just Drago on the field.
but how consistent can you get that?
That's the first time I ever do it.
Ourselves.
Dragon Bolt is way faster every time I play it.
I think I think it has a bad Raging Bolt match. But when you look at it into the
If
other
it have
matches,
at least one bad matchup, then it's not TS.
Yeah.
yeah.
Looking
But
like
if in that case, then it's top of A. Because it might have a bad Raging Bolt matchup. It has good matchups into the other top decks, which all beat Raging Bolts. So that might push Raging Bolt out of the conversation to let it go up.
I feel it.
Yeah.
We can hold it there for now and see how the rest of the list look.
Alright, cool.
Royal Moon.
I have no idea.
B at best.
Yeah, be at best, yeah. Now, does Raging Bolt, I mean, sorry, does Royal Moon beat Goldengo?
No.
No.
Nope.
No.
Well, I mean, does Raging Bull play? Well, does it the combo where you play water energies and the energy switch and all that, la?
You can't tell.
He could probably cheese it with a shirt.
Yeah, sure can.
Mhm.
Well, no, on the Raging Bolt's also being Baby Bolt. Not Baby Bolt.
Baby Moon.
Baby Moon,
Yeah, it also plays the Baby Moon.
and that could mess up. I think they depend on how they draw and which build they play in.
Really?
Explain why to
Right,
win.
Moon playing Darkrai and thing now too.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, it's playing darker. Yeah,
Darkrai.
you make that more consistent with the V-Star ability, allowing you to choose up to 2 items from the discard pile and put it back in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Like
can be
Dark Patch.
things like Prime Catcher.
Yeah,
Dark Patch, which will increase Darkrai attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
the energy switches, maybe earthen vessels for the water. Who knows? You know, something like that.
Mhm. Could swap it for now for the top spot.
Yeah, you leave it ready at B.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I seen Lost Box, Sableye, Comfy. Are the only one? Yeah.
Are you the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lost Box.
Are
A
the
or
two
S?
lost men? I say what
I think Lost Box is going to be a solid A. I think unfortunately it doesn't have amazing matchups in a certain way. I think we might move away from the turbo build, which is arguably the strongest one right now, at least in my testing. Kyurem hits in the new set. If people on Kyurem, we could be in some pressure, especially since we was cutting Mana Fee before. Now we forced to play Mana Fee.
Boy.
Especially if
Right.
Draco running around.
Right. So A.
Yeah.
I seen Pidgeot controller.
Yeah.
What about he now?
I would say bottom of A or the top of B.
Pidgeot control gets anything in this set?
I don't think so,
It's
but
in
the
Stella, right?
yeah, all the control stuff mostly. I think the only control card it gets is the discard 3 from your opponent's hand. Well, discard up to when they reach 3 cards in their hand.
Okay. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure that
so-
was Stella.
Yeah, I think that's the only one. The rest of them are Stella, I believe.
I think Pidgeot control is probably an E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'll be guessing.
I'm not sure either.
Here we have Gardevoir.
Top A. Personal
Top
opinion.
A.
Biased opinion.
I agree. And I feel like that
I
lost.
think God, he might have a lot of legs. Especially into things like Pult. Like in respect of the Pult's power.
I think it's good there, the top of A.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Chen Pao
B.
is real hit or miss, but I feel in the B. Chen Pao is very strong only when it works.
Yeah. I think
It
so as
tends to
well.
work though.
It works more than it doesn't, I think.
Yeah. I think it's better than Moon and Goldengo.
I guess yeah, it beats Goldie Boy. I think this was like a finals match before, right? Chimpao versus Goldengo.
Yeah.
In a regional.
Yeah.
And who won? Chimpao.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I could see it beating
We
Moon as
have
well.
coming up next, point of debate, Raging Bolt and Ogapod.
Ooh.
I don't think it gets better.
Got a top B. Or bottom A.
I'm feeling more A because that's
think-
scary for me to face.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that good. I think it's B.
I think it's B.
I think all those decks in A just beat it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Loses to
everything in-
this. Well, doesn't it beat Zod though, because of the grass, because of the ogre pawns?
About
You
Zad
play
just
Raid
farms
Zod.
Radiant Zad, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
that has
Radiant
Radiant
Zad.
Zod. So you could trade Radiant Zods into the Ogre Pawn.
Yeah.
And you could play a one price a game until you need to.
You could spam the Radiant Zad into the region bolt itself.
Yeah,
Once they
you could
don't
go.
spawn out.
You could literally go down to 3 prices, go Radiant Zod into Zod for final KO.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's the same thing Lost Box does to Paul.
Alrighty. And we have a Gardevoir Barnet. There's a control kind of vibe. I don't know.
It
It
it does things.
crazy things.
I
would
learn
say-
it in B.
Crazy.
Or just play straight Gary. Don't play that and play Gary.
Just play Gotti.
Just play Gary, right?
That is
Just
good.
play
I think
Gary.
it'll be good next format.
Like here?
Bottom of C or I mean top of C or bottom of B.
Yeah.
Ready?
Or no. Play it above Chin Power. It beats Chin Power.
Oh.
It also beats Bolt though.
Nah, it loses the bolt.
You just play the Gotti Sunny deck.
Yeah, but don't you play in less like well it'll be
Yeah,
less
but the
consistent.
Gadi side of the deck is Gadi, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that what I
Uma-
mean. You just play
Yeah, but
Gotti into the Bolt.
Gadi not beating Region
Probably
Bolt.
it's the bold.
Gadi by
Because-
itself.
Yeah.
They don't play Klefki or anything?
No.
Okay.
It don't play Klefki, it don't play Fluttermane. The only thing it does play is like Spiritomb.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Spiritomb
More
last
type of
but not
control type thing.
right.
Okay.
Green Dust Milk. I say don't play it.
Staying right there. Staying right there.
Stay ready.
Ancient Box.
Oh damn, that deck is
That
a
wild
good-
card. I would put it in C.
C.
top C dog.
Top C.
Yeah.
Beating
It's
Arceus
crazy.
dog.
It beats in all them decks there. Let me be honest.
It beat an arc?
Yeah.
It's
Once it
crazy.
reach that point to one shot, Arc win and do. Arc really are no one prize attackers. You know.
True, but disruption though. All we know is but that is that shaky arc. Yeah, no man. But does it beat Polt?
Okay, I honestly think we put in the Zatu original Pult a little bit too low.
I think I think
I think it's C.
like
To the
this.
top end of C. I would put the Lost Book
Oh, yeah,
Zod.
'cause
Top of C.
it does know because it does beat Zod.
Yeah, top of C,
Right.
yeah.
It does beat Zod, especially with those comfies.
Yeah, I also don't think that Lost Book Zod has too much legs.
Yeah.
What do we think about Lugia Vista?
I hate to say it, but
Comfortable
A.
Yeah. I'll play it.
We agree.
Yeah.
No rat. Double
Yeah,
hands.
no rats. Yep.
Double hands. We swing
Is that
into field.
right on?
Shaq nosy sauce. Shaq nosy sauce. The Lugia sauce.
Yeah.
The
What about
Taunton.
Maridon?
Right on.
Maridon is a B.
B.
A B. A
Maridon loses hard into Zod.
I think it losing
Say
hard,
s-
right? True.
I think it losing hard to most of those matchups there
I think C.
in SNE.
I'll say C.
I'll say
think-
C as well.
Not
I
don't
think it-
play, it's still a good deck, but yeah, definitely don't.
I think
It's
it
wild,
still can contest with things like
Oops.
Powell and
but I think
that, like,
Ancient Box
that-
beating up Maridon.
I
Yeah.
think Ancient Box beating Maridon.
Yeah.
Does Zod beat Maridon? Yeah. Well, this form of Zod.
I don't think you should play that for
No.
Zod.
Wait, because you have to because this Zod you have to try and get to 7,
I
right?
think you could drop that Zard in the bottom. You know.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is no
That
play,
Zard
though,
tied me up. Don't play that.
right? I put the Ancient Box in front of the Maridon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Right? Is it? Is it
Yeah.
though? Hans does Hans things, you know.
Hans does it.
Giratina.
Yeah, but Hans not one shot.
Right.
Innit?
Oh yeah,
I think
Hans
so
doesn't
one-
walk shuttered. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. True.
Mhm.
Yeah. True.
What about Giratina Vista? Where does he fit?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's
Hey,
non-existent.
This is
now.
lost.
Nah.
This is lost.
Lost Tina at
Lost
eighth
Tina?
place.
I think Los Tina is a B. I don't think
yeah,
it's bad.
I compete with Lost Tina, though.
Yeah, I think Los Tina is a B. I think it
I think
beats
it's a B as
those
well.
decks. Yeah,
It could at least compete with them.
yeah.
Yeah.
It could run with them.
Does it
Okay,
beat Bernard God of War?
No, no.
All right, well then we put
No.
it like here then.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Wow.
you try setting up a Tina when you're getting Bennett every turn. Then when you
You
finally get enough Nilozo, no, they'll put the one energy on the Tina. They'll push the Tina in front, and then they'll pray. But by the time your hand get big enough, and your Tina fill the lost zone,
Right.
they one shot the Tina.
Let's go on to future hand.
Either
I-
bottom of B or top C.
Bottom of B.
I'll say
All
bottom.
right. I'll agree.
Because it will farm on the Lugias, it will farm on the one price their decks.
But I don't think it beats Lugia at all.
Depends on how slow Lugia goes.
And with Dusclops, Charizard is just food.
Yeah.
I'll say the matchup against Lugia, it depends on if it's best of 1 or 3.
Yeah.
If it's a best of 1, they could probably cheese it. Cheese that one.
We talk about worlds, so
Yeah.
we're looking at
Yeah.
three.
If it's best of 3, yeah. I don't think it beats Lugia in our best of 3 at all, actually.
I don't think it'd be Lugia, but I think it
Yeah.
can take games off Lugia. And especially if they go second and they high roll some energy generators.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
And the
like
Lugia players start one Lugia, well, that is pressure.
Uh,
If the Lugia takes, they don't get Archeops turn 3, they get it turn 5. That's also pressure.
yeah.
And Blissey EX.
Staying right there.
Talking about Joel, but don't play.
Don't play. Maybe in
about-
Salacrong we might see some things.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What about the Alga Vista?
I think it's fallen off. I,
But
however, think
With
it's
so
still a
much
B.
Zad around, I'll play it at C.
Yeah, it could kill Azare, but not all the time.
I think it's B because I think it could fight with those decks in B.
E?
Yeah, because it did well during the period when most of those decks were prevalent.
That's true. That's also true.
You
That's
win
very
original,
true.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I just
Yeah, but-
think it's a very underexplored deck. That
I just think with Zad now, with Dustnor in particular, remember Dustnor giving your opponent a prize. Right? So Dustnor giving your opponent a prize means they can attack faster with Radiant Zad.
True.
and reason Zod is a problem, but I think it loses to the Zod matchup, but it also wins against the other ones.
Gauge Fire, I knows nothing about.
I was actually playing Gouge and Fire today.
I was playing that earlier.
I
Yeah,
I've been
I was
on
literally
this
playing it.
deck
How is it?
for a while. I think it's B.
Wow.
I think it has flexibility where some of the other CH2 decks don't,
Mhm.
and it
It's
can
just
still take
consistent.
those big knockouts.
That's a good
And it's
place.
very consistent.
I agree. I think it's
I
like,
wouldn't say very consistent, but
well, I think it's consistent
that's
enough.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
enough.
Iron Thorns EX.
Like
This is
pure
quad
iron
tons.
thorns, like
Yeah,
4
times
iron
4.
thorns, that's it.
Yeah. Has to
Don't
See,
play
be.
that. Don't play. Don't play.
see or don't play that.
Don't play.
Don't
What I'm
play.
saying, don't play,
That's a
bro.
meme.
Yeah.
Okay,
so much,
fine.
That's so much things that could kill it.
Okay, fine.
Ogapon, Ogamass, I don't know where's that deck.
There's the 4 Ogre deck.
Oh, right,
Don't
right.
play it.
Oh,
Yeah,
check.
no,
Don't
don't
play
play.
either.
Don't play it.
Play.
Dragapult and Charizard kind of have a lot of talk around it. I think it would be in a tier, but I can't say where.
It is right now. I think it's one of the best decks.
I think
I would have
I think
played
it's
it.
A.
Yeah,
I think
we saw it in top
A.
4 yesterday at the Cup. As a person who literally play tested it all week, I think it's good.
With Jimmy's version, whose version was
No,
that?
Javed.
Javed. No, Javed didn't play Zard.
In place that?
Straight
Nah, he
pole.
didn't play that. He just
Play
it was
straight pole.
Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's putting up numbers.
Or would it be
Honestly,
relevant when Dusclops come out? It have Dusclops in that?
no.
You
Oh,
wouldn't be
I
able
don't
to.
think they can squeeze that in.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Wait,
right,
no,
right.
no. They could. They could. You play because you just only play a 1-2 line, right? A 1-1-1 line, or is it a 1-1 line? They don't play a lot.
1-1.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's only one stage, 1-on-1 basic they
good.
play. They could play it.
I saw straight up
Because
the
they-
Dust Snow.
Yeah.
This version have Dust Snow.
Okay,
Straight-
so that is a 1-1-1 line.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need to play a full 1-1-1 line. You could afford to play a 1-1 line. I think it's good. I don't think it beats pure, but I do think it's good because it has the flexibility of it can play into a lot of things. It has better matchups into these one prize decks because you could turn to power up a pult and start swinging and taking double knockouts.
All right. So let me just I think I'm trying to speed through a little bit. I think Raging Bull straight don't play. Do you think Greninja has a place?
Nope.
Maybe see,
Don't play.
but that's about it.
Yeah, I have no. I think yeah, I think let's stay there for now. I want to play it. I think some things might come out to make it stronger, but not right now. Gudra comfy. Lost zone Gudra.
That could probably squeeze into C, but I don't think it's good.
Yeah, I think so as well. But it's like here.
Festival lead.
Don't play.
Stay
bro.
right there.
Play.
Stay right
Yeah,
there.
but that butcher that goes sit
I
down.
sorry, but
Nah,
Mm-mm.
I think Dragapult Lost Zone could stay there too because it's better version.
no. I think it's B.
Oh
It
wait,
plays better. It plays
Lost
better
Zone.
than
Okay,
these
right,
other.
right. You play that.
Yeah.
B.
I think it beats all of those B decks.
I played right there though, behind Bennett.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it beats both because you play Radiant Zard in that version, and you just play Zard and you beat both every time.
Oh wait. Also, my version of Bolt plays Lost Cities too, actually. I think that's a new way of playing Bolt as well.
mhm.
Yeah, but you have a lot of options, at least with the Lost Box version, to take chain kills together on Raging Bolt Pokemon. And I played the matchup enough, even at NAIC. I won every single one of them -1.
So we're gonna put this
I
here.
had to play some
Yeah.
Dragapult because I have no opinions on it to be honest.
Yeah.
Me personally, I develop better opinions by actually playing something. I can't look at games or I
Mhm.
mean looking at games kind of closer to playing, but I can't look at lists and read it. I have to feel it out by play. And we last deck here, Snorlax. What I said.
Right there.
This is just quad locks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
I think it does not really destroys the deck because the whole archetype really utilizes that counter catcher, and does not kind of messes that up.
I can see it being at the end of A. Like the bottom A.
It's in my testing, this deck in particular is really it's a hard matchup for me because you play a lot of switches as well as that spread. So like pennying isn't as efficient. So I would say that's a hard matchup.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you have to get lucky with the Bondata. We destroying everything.
I was thinking A. But I just was giving way to
All right,
the
fine.
to the expert now. I think you was being modest.
Yeah.
I think A. I think a lot of those A tier decks do beat it though, so it's one of those between A and B.
Definitely. It doesn't go past Lugia.
All right. So looking at our list here, guys, is there anything you want to reconsider or you think this looks good? I mean, tier list is very subjective. It is not a stamp on anything or deck, is really just thoughts. In this case, it's four minds just trying to agree on something. I'm sure there's things we disagree on there between us alone, so the wider community will have disagreements. But I think generally, it's really a general comment on the entire global meta we're trying to make here right from a little Trinidad. What do you feel about it? Anything you all really strongly want to reconsider, or you feel this could work?
The Oogie Doogie deck. We probably should move up.
The Boogie Doogie, what?
I think this one, right?
Yeah. It might be a B. I think it falls into that pack of like Trojan Fire, Roy and Moon.
Tell me in a minute what that deck is about for anybody like me who don't know.
It's poison, I believe.
Not necessarily. It's just a basic 2-pressure deck. It's energy accelerates with the new supporter that pulls, I think, Dark from discard and deck. Can't remember where, but it uses the new supporter to pull Dark. It have free switches with Petrant. It poisons both itself and the opponent Pokemon. But because of that, it does more damage. So it gets to hit those bigger numbers of like 280, 300 sometimes. But I don't remember the exact numbers off the top of my head.
All right. I mean, next week we go find out, right? Because we could test Shrouded from next week, right?
Yeah.
Well, this
on live, Thursday, I think TCG Live has Shrouded.
I want to get into trying out some new stuff too. So let's just recap here. What did we say? What did we call? I think 2 people chose Charizard, 1 chose Regidrago, and the missing one I have was what? Gadi. Somebody said Gadi, right? I think our loose expectation kind of is reflected in this list right here. The 2 the Zard and the Regidrago up there in S, and Gadi right there following them at the top of A. As a general comment, I'm comfortable with this list. It looks good to me. No reconsideration. I really just look at the top really. And I'm really looking at those 2 actually. As I say, I was trying not to be biased, but I'm rooting for the Dragons as it being my main deck right now. But I know the conversation around Charizard Dusknoir is very strong. It is very strong. So I'm very excited to see what happens in Worlds. Because after all the tier list last year, Mew come and win, right? I was just team Mew being biased as usual. But Mew was, I don't think, anywhere at the top of anybody's list, if I could remember clearly. Like a sure winner of 2023 Worlds. So anything can happen. Anybody could beat anybody, as we say. So we can stop share the screen there now, I think. Chris, we could get back to the view here. So in wrapping up, what we doing for Worlds, right? What we doing for Worlds? We have some we said we had some birthdays coming up, so we might hopefully, I think our line on any one of the days for Worlds will be real nice. We'll see what can happen. Right, fellas, so we have our expectation list, what we think Worlds gonna be like. So I'm looking forward to see what we do at Worlds. We do have a challenge on the 17th, correct me fellas, I believe 17th of August at VRG, Victory Road Gaming. So during the Worlds period, we will be meeting up at Victory Road. MVE's League Challenge is the week before the 10th, right? Not the 10th?
I'll check.
Oh yeah. There's the 10th.
Right, the 10th. The 10th. And then right after that is Worlds weekend. We at VRG. And then for the final Sunday, we go discuss what we want to do. Any closing remarks about Worlds? Any player that you're looking forward to see do well at the World Championships?
So with regard to Worlds and with the challenge being on Worlds, I won't be there. Unfortunately, I'll be out in Tobago, so I won't be able to defend my challenge run. So I have $100 for a man who play Lost Box and win. Say that now.
Boy,
And there.
you hear the public proclamation here. Yeah, man, if I lost box win, chin, pay your entry fee.
Paying your entry fee.
But in terms of World Championship, I guess you'll be tuning wherever you're at.
Yeah.
On that weekend, however you can. What player are you looking for to do well?
Andrew Hendrick. That's my pick for this Worlds, Andrew Hendrick.
Andrew Hendrick. Nice. What about you, Shivanan?
I like Kendrick, that pick. With the way that last NAIC finals, if we could get something to that caliber, maybe even a little Todd versus Hendrick in the finals.
That'll be a hard one. And what about you, Shaq?
I realize these Lost Box men picking the Lost Box player. So I'll mix it up a little bit. I'll go Australia. I'll go with Brent Tennyson, the #1 in the world right now.
What's his name?
He have the most points out of all.
Right.
Brent Tennyson.
All right. I go in kind of predictable. I really want to see Todd win our Worlds. These names you all call Andrew. I believe Christian, help me ahead. Is it Andrew's list that I changed my Dialga to?
Yeah.
Or is it somebody else?
Yeah, it's him. Yeah.
It's him, right? So I'm really looking forward to see how he does as well, because I took a second list from him for another deck. So I've been the name and I've been observing him and following patterning myself from him. So I'd like to see him do well, but I really want to see Todd get our Worlds way. But there's so many players that I enjoy seeing. There's the guy who had the Ancient Box run. I want to see if he'll be there. The B-boys is we like to see them play, kinda. So there's a lot of big names, but if I had to choose one, I want to see Todd take one. I want to see him cement what he is. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it for me. And with that, I will close the podcast. Thank you for staying so long. If you're still here, even if you skipped to this point, I want to say thanks to the Carib Nation, Carib boys and girls. And thank you to Chin, Sandy, and Gobin for being here. You know what to do. If you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're hearing, if you're driving and listening, beat up that like button, bust a subscription. This is your boy, Luchin, Sandy, Gobin, and Carib Boy out again.